Guess this is the final hello? At this stage, you conclude the Houses of Empathy program implementation. Before closing, there's one last activity we believe is very important to develop with young people following this program. We have been building a House of Empathy. Now it's important to establish a policy for that house, which we like to call the Empathy Policy. What is a House of Empathy? How do people behave in it? How is empathy ensured? These are questions you can ask your group while you challenge them to write their own empathy policy. The important element here is that the young people identify what, for them, are the golden rules to have a house of empathy. This policy should reflect young people's vision as a group, so it's important they all agree on each topic. It should come from the young people's own contributions. If they identify themselves with the policy, it is more likely that they will engage with it. Some groups will be able to write more complex rules, others will keep it simpler. Your role is to challenge them to think of the content, help them reach consensus, give equal airtime to those that speak less. If they are really stuck for ideas, help them by giving some suggestions. After concluding the empathy policy, explain the importance of committing to it. This can look like a very simple task, but in fact it reflects the work that has been done during all the sessions. Put it somewhere where everyone can see it. This activity can be a very effective way of concluding the Houses of Empathy building that they started in the first session. From our experience, not all groups or individuals engage as well with arts and crafts. So if you believe that for your group it would be better to try a different strategy rather than the bricks to build the house, why don't you draw it or build a kind of a puzzle? Be creative and use significant alternatives for your group. As we presented in the first video, this is a flexible program. You are the one responsible for assessing your group and deciding whether you're going to implement just some units of the program or all of it. For the purpose of continuity, we recommend you attempt all the units. Our last piece of advice is that you take the Houses of Empathy environment and methodologies beyond the session setting. During the breaks between sessions and from now on, remember that empathy must be present all the time. This is the only way it is possible to transform the environment of each home. It's essential that all the professionals in the home lead by example and respect, and also encourage the young people to respect the policy they created. It was a great pleasure to have you in our Houses of Empathy community. As we always say, we're waiting for your feedback and suggestions in the forum. Building empathy, it's really up to you.